Good morning, happy Sunday. Um, all right, so I'm pulling very similar things, so I don't know if you guys are resonating, if you guys are having a difficult time struggling with this, but we're gonna go back into it. Um, I got water, and basically, it's you guys need to allow your feelings to come in. You have to feel them and not be judgmental about them. And I find that we are our hardest critics. We criticize ourselves more than anyone could ever criticize us. We're harder on ourselves than anyone could ever be. And it's not good. Instead of looking at yourself and seeing what's bad, look at yourself and be like, you know what? I do have nice hair, or I have pretty eyes, or whatever your favorite features are. And even in your personality, maybe you're an asshole, or maybe you did do fucked up shit to people. But everybody's not just pure asshole. There is some good inside of everyone, somewhere deep down inside. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's somewhere in there. It's in there. There's a little tiny bit, it's there. But you have to look at the good in you. And even if it's something good that you did, you helped the old lady across the street, you gave someone homeless some money, or you bought them some food, or you gave someone a ride, whatever it is, try to focus on the good inside of you. We all have good. So try to focus on that. Now, it's saying that you need to open yourself up to others. And if you're anything like me, it's a struggle because you don't know who to trust, and it's even worse when you're terrified of getting hurt again. And it's real shit, especially if you've gone into depression because of the situations and the people you've dealt with. So I understand how difficult it is to open yourself up to people. And I'm not saying go open yourself up to everybody, which basically what I'm doing online right now. I'm not saying do that. But if you have somebody that is genuinely there for you, and you feel like, they care, even if you've been a shitty person to them, and they're still there for you, it's okay to open up. It's okay to communicate with that person and let them know what's going on with you. Don't be afraid of being judged, because if they really are there after the shittiness, then they care enough about you to be able to understand what you're going through and not judge you and be ready to just write you off. But again, use your own discernment. I'm just telling you what I'm reading here. Use your own discernment at what you're going to do. Communication is very, very important. And I know that it's hard for people to be able to do that, because I had a hard time communicating. I used to just be an angry ass person and not say very nice things. And then I went to college. I took a lot of courses, and I do really well in English. So I always loved writing. That's how I've always expressed myself, is through writing. And sometimes if you can't communicate verbally, and you can't have a conversation on the phone or in person, send a text message, send an email, or go old fashioned with it. Write a fucking letter, pen and paper. Some people still appreciate that shit. I don't know. But it's very important for you to communicate clearly what it is that's going on with you, so that the other person can understand what you have going on and why you are closed off, or why you're not available, or whatever is happening with you. Please communicate. Like, for real, just communicate. Don't be afraid, because the more you're afraid, the more resistance you create, and the more situations you create, and you force the other person, like you're pushing that person away from you. And it's a person that wants to be there. So why are you pushing them away? It doesn't make sense. Don't do that. You push the wrong people away, and then you want to keep the bad people near you, and it don't make sense. Like, why? You're like, oh, this person is sweet and loving and really gives a fuck about me. And then you have asshole over here that treats you like shit and is never there, or says mean things, or any combination. And yet you're opening up and spilling your guts to this person and shutting the other person out. Think about that for a minute. I'll let it sink in. You know, you have to be realistic, you know, and it's hard sometimes to face the truth. But you need to really like sit there and think about it. Even like my biggest thing is write the shit down, because when you can see it in black and white, it's very different as opposed to it being just a bunch of shit going on in your head. So write it down. Think about what's happening with you. If you're just like, okay, I'm just going to write down all my feelings, and write all your feelings down. And then try to see what those feelings are attached to, like what's causing those emotions inside of you. And when you're able to figure out what's causing those emotions, they're attached to things, situations, people, write that down with it, because then you're able to discern what's going on and be like, okay, well, this situation has me feeling like this, so this person has me feeling like that, and this trauma has me feeling like this. Because then you're able to discern what's going on, and you're able to focus your energy onto what actually needs to be healed and how to heal, how to go about healing it, you know, as opposed to just having all these fucking feelings, all these situations, all this chaos. I know, because there's times where I feel like my whole fucking world is a shitstorm, and it's just like I'm standing in the fucking eye of a tornado and all hell's breaking loose around me, and I'm just standing there like, what the fuck is happening right now? So I get it. It's hard. And this is why I'm saying, like, I just give you the best advice I can. And to each his own, you know. What works for me might not work for you. And I'm always going to tell you guys that. So you find what works for you. But I'm doing my best to explain, you know, this is how I made it through the things I made it through. So write it down. Don't worry about it. You know, you don't have to show anybody, but do it. Take the time, you know, and try to figure out what it is, what these things belong to. Because sometimes we feel all these shitty things and then we project them onto other people. And it's not fair to the other people, because they don't know what the fuck's going on, and they more than likely didn't do shit to you, and they just get in the shitty end of the stick. So just try to be aware of that, you know, and really try to figure out your shit and what's going on with you. And understand that things don't need to be forced. What's meant for you is meant for you, and it's going to come. You don't have to force it. You don't have to push it. You don't have to rush it. You know, sometimes it's just not the right time, or sometimes you really do need to heal in order for the things that you want to come in. So you have to let it just happen, you know, stop forcing shit. Every time you force shit, I want you to look back on your life for a minute and think about the situations that you forced to happen. And I want you to think about how it played out and the outcome of forcing it. And then look at situations where you just allowed things to naturally unfold, and see how effortlessly and how smoothly things went. You'll be able to tell the difference. So you have to start practicing more in allowing. Just allow things to happen. And again, I say all of this because this is the messages, but that doesn't mean that I don't struggle with it, because I do struggle with it. Because like I said, I'm a person that's in my head. I'm a Libra. I'm always all up in here. Like I be living in the fucking clouds sometimes. But just, you know, just be aware. You know, you have to feel your feelings. You have to feel them. That's the only way to get out of that shit. You have to feel them. So if you have to cry for a fucking hour, go cry for an hour. You want to scream at the top of your lungs? Scream at the top of your fucking lungs. There's times where I'm in my fucking car and I'm just so frustrated and I'm screaming like a crazy person. So if anybody sees me, that's what I'm doing, okay? I'm not on my mind. I'm just releasing some stress. And, you know, there's times where I break down crying. I just randomly break down in fucking tears. Like, driving to my friend's house, I cried for like 30 fucking minutes. I was so heartbroken, and I just cried. You have to let that stuff out of you. It builds toxicity inside of you, and it becomes disease and all these horrible things. Like, you have to let it out. You know, you don't have to show and share with everybody, but you alone, you have to let it out. And if you have people that you're dealing with that don't know or that are trying to be there, just communicate. You know, they're not going to shut you down unless they're the assholes. Then please shut them down. To cut that shit off. But if somebody that gives a fuck about you, then be genuine, be honest, be open, and stop expecting the worst. Just be truthful, live in your truth, and be like, yo, this is what the fuck it is, and that's it. If that person gives a fuck about you, they're gonna be there regardless. It's facts, they'll be there. And if they're not there, then you already know that that person wasn't for you, and that's it. It's something that I would rather know up front. Like, I'm gonna speak my truth regardless if you fucking want to hear it or not. That's not my problem. That's your problem. You don't like what I'm saying? Fuck it. That's you. But I'm gonna say what I gotta say because I don't like lying and I don't like playing games. So I try to be upfront and clear with everyone that I come across, and I just like, yo, this is what it is. It's your choice what you do with it. But I know my conscience is clear, so I don't got no problems, and I'm not having a hard time falling asleep. So that's the message for today. Please, please, please communicate, open up to the people that you're supposed to be opening up to, because it's telling me whoever this person is, like, you need to surrender. Like, you have to let things flow because you keep resisting, and the resistance is not going to get you to where you want or the results that you're looking for. So feel your feelings, communicate with other people that you need to communicate with, allow them in to have conversation with you and help guide you, because sometimes there's people that are available to you to help you through these things. Like, I make myself available to anyone. Like, people that I just met, I make myself available to them because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know the life someone's had. And sometimes people just need a person to listen. And that goes as far as people that are ready to commit suicide or people that are just misfits and outcasts, because I was a misfit. I've been a misfit for fucking ever. And it sucks, when you feel judged all the time or you feel like somebody's going to shame you or embarrass you and do all these horrible things. Like, I get it. I know how it feels. But sometimes you have to take that risk and you have to trust someone. It doesn't have to be everyone, just one fucking person. But make sure they're a good person for you that you can talk to and that's going to be there for you. Okay? Like, just let it out. Let it out. Because if you keep it in, it's going to fucking kill you. It's going to tear you apart. So find the person, talk to them, communicate, whatever the fuck it is. And if they don't like it, that's their problem. That's not your problem. Fuck them. Y'all already know how I feel. I'd be like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck them, fuck I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. That's my shit. I'm sorry. But that's the message for today, I love you guys, and like I said, I'm here. If y'all want to email me, email me. Do not message me. I don't have Messenger for the millionth time. Don't have it. Don't do it. Or you can drop a comment, and those of you that have my number, then feel free to send me a text or call me. I really do make myself available if you need me. I have no problems because I know what it is to be going through shit by yourself and just need someone to vent to and talk to. So I love ya. I hope you have an awesome Sunday. And I don't know how long this is, so depending on that, I might make it shorter. All right, I hope you have a good day.